learners, welcome to the Eko Learners Support for WAEC and NECO candidates. In today's class, we will be talking about vowel sounds. They are sounds and not just symbols, and they are a gateway to diverse pronunciation and meanings. Let's look at what vowel sounds are.
Eko Learners Support, a support program of the Lagos State Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education for WAEC and NECO candidates.
What are vowel sounds? Vowel sounds are speech sounds pronounced with the lips, tongue, the teeth, and throat, blocking the air produced when uttering the sound. This means that when vowel sounds are produced, there is no obstruction of air coming from the lungs. There is a free flow of air, unlike its counterpart, which is the consonant. Unlike the vowel letters, vowel sounds are 20 in number, while the vowel letters are 5 in number. Note that the vowel sounds and all of it are made or are gotten and derived from the vowel alphabet. At the end of today's lesson, you should be able to differentiate vowel alphabet from vowel sounds, classify vowel based on their production, identify the vowel sounds, and then analyze the production of the vowel sounds. Classification of vowels based on the length. We have the long vowel and we have the short vowel. Whenever you see a colon-like mark at the end of a sound, that sound is a long vowel. We have an example there, E, okay? And then we have the short one, which is U, in the word good. Let's move on. The position of the tongue is another way to classify or characterize our vowels. We have the close or open. For the close sound, we have oo. You can see that in the articulation of my sound, of the sound oo, my mouth is closed. Now, if I'm to look at the open position, I have oh. My mouth is more open in O than in the pronunciation of the sound oo. Another way to classify our vowels is based on the shape of the lips. What is the shape of the lips when sounds or these vowel sounds are pronounced? The lips can be rounded, it can be in the neutral position, and it can be spread. Rounded, as in and neutral, as in teacher, and spread, as in air. Let's move on. These are the 20 vowel sounds of the English language. They are 20 in number and they have been divided accordingly. The first set are the monophthongs. The second are also monophthongs, but you can see that they have that dot sign at the back, which I said is an hallmark of long vowel monophthongs. And then we have the last set where we have two sounds coming together to form one. These are called diphthongs. Diphthongs are characterized by one sound coming together. It starts on one sound, diphthong starts on one sound and ends on another. That is why they are called diphthongs, double quality vowel. They have two sounds. It starts from one and ends on the other. Unlike the monophthongs, we have short and long monophthongs division. We have 7 short vowels and 5 long vowels. The 7 short and 5 long vowels come together to form are monophthongs. And altogether, 7 plus 5, we have 12 monophthongs of the English language. And then we have 8 diphthongs. Take a look at these diphthongs. 8 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Can we try articulate these sounds? The 7 monophthongs. I. Please say it after me. Remember, practice makes perfect and repetition brings retention. So when I say it, you say it after me. I. E. O. I. U. R. O. And I'll give you example for each one. When you're learning sounds, please associate a word to a sound. So when you forget the sound, if you can remember the word, it helps you to recollect that particular sound. So always associate a sound to a word to every sound you learn. So we have I in the word sit. S-I-T, sit. We have U in the word good. We have in the word teacher, mother, above. Remember, that is our schwa sound, okay? And it's a natural vowel. Your mouth, the position of your tongue is in its natural state. It's not open, it's not closed, it's just in its natural state. And then we have in the word set. We have in the word sort. We have in the word love, in the word good. And then we have in the word cat, in the word bat, in the word bag. Okay? It's not cat, but cat. All right? And then we have 5 long vowels. I'll use words close to the ones I've used before for easy following. We have E, as in seat. S-E-A-T, seat. We have U in the word stool. We have R in the word fart. We have O in the word salt. We have in the word girl, in the word in the word cornel. All of those are examples of the 12 vowel sound monophthongs. Now let's look at the diphthongs. Diphthongs are impure vowels or double quality vowels. Vowels that glide from one point of articulation to the other. Let's articulate these diphthongs together. I'll say the sound, you say it after me, and then I'll give you an example for each. Let's go. A in the word day. I in the word I. In the word sky. In the word buy. Oi in the word oil. O in the word so. In the word go. Ow in the word how. In the word here. In the word pair. In the word tour. I hope you understand this. You can go over this again. I'm sure you would learn it. Now, this is the vowel sound chart. What we have here is just not a drawing. What we have here is just not a drawing. What we have here is actually the tongue and what happens in the mouth when these sounds are produced. Here, where we have front, is actually the front of the tongue. Central is the middle of the tongue. The back is the back of the tongue. Looking at what we have here, we have high, mid-high, mid-low, and low. This here talks about the position of the tongue in the mouth when vowel sounds are produced. So when you have the sound ooh, what happens? The tongue glides to the back of the mouth and the tongue raises. It rises up. That's why it's a back high vowel sound. The same thing applies to the other vowels. Look at the sound ah. What happens? The tongue is low in the mouth and where the tongue is still at the back. It moves to the back in the production of the sound ah. So all we have on this chart is what happens to vowel sounds in the oral cavity with relationship to the tongue. Let's move on. It's very important for the mastery of vowel sounds that you practice these sounds. You must practice lip movements. Pay attention to how your lips move so you can shape each vowel sound correctly. This would require that you listen to these sounds over time. Also, listen closely with rapt attention, with 1001 focus, of course, and be able to distinguish the subtle differences in these vowel sounds. If you don't listen actively, it will be difficult to differentiate the tiny nuances amongst these sounds. Also, I said at the start of the class that repetition is the key to learning. Repetition is the mother of all learning. Practice saying each vowel sound multiple times to build muscle memory. Practice it as many times as you can. Doing it once in a while would not help, but come to it over and over again. I hope these tips help you. Let's practice this. I'm sure we've learned a lot today. You have 20 seconds to get this done. Say the sounds to yourself and see how well you can pronounce it. Remember, you have 20 seconds. How well were you able to fare on this? Let's pronounce these sounds together. The first one is what? Beautiful. It's a diphthong. You got it. That is sound ow. Sound ow. What about the second one? It's also a diphthong. You are right. Oi. Did you get the pronunciation? Oi. We have the third sound in the word cut. C-U-T. What's that sound? Cut. All right. And then we have the last one. How did you pronounce that? That is in the word cornel, in the word shirt, in the word girl. Give yourself a round of applause. That's good. Let's move on. Now that you've learned vowels today, remember we said at the start of the class that they are fundamental and your mastery is dependent on how well you practice. So for you to be able to do well on your exam, especially your test of orals paper 3 in your WAEC and NECO, make sure you practice these sounds as many times as you can. Also, be consistent in your practice. Consistency is key. If you can be consistent with practicing these sounds, you definitely would ace your examination well. Thank you. For feedbacks, questions, and comments, please visit our social media handles displayed on the screen. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Eko Learners Support, a support program of the Lagos State Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education for WAEC and NECO candidates.